And he was... Agarth wanted me to keep an eye on Lady Shear, but you and I need to have a talk first. I've been reviewing my notes of our last trip to Alabastra, and I've come to some startling conclusions about your death and Tirnoch. I don't know exactly, but it must have been a tremendously powerful source of magic. So powerful that the Well of Souls couldn't help but pick up on it. You were attuned to the well in my lab, but Hugh's well captured your essence. The power in Bale seems to have been the missing element. What's more, I think that power is the source of the Prismere crystals. Something intelligent and malignant. The creature the Tuatha called Tirnoch. Something incredibly powerful. I don't know if we even have a name for what she is, because no one's lived to name it. She's not a god. She's something much, much worse. And judging by the growth of this Prismere, she's very close to coming into our world for good. Whatever Gadflow's been doing, it's all in order to bring her here. So you've got to stop him before it's too late. Tirnoch isn't a god. No god has ever commanded that much magic directly. Whatever she is, she must be amazingly powerful. I can see why Gadflow would worship her. Imagine controlling that much raw magic. When you and I came to Alabastra, we were looking for the source of the Prismere's power. I never found it, but I think you did, and that's why you died. The frosted gem at the center of Alabastra, full of Prismere, but now it's a lot more full of enemies than it was when we snuck in there. Gadflow's got an empire built on Prismere. Think of all the power he's sitting on. And he's wasting it on swords and bows. With tremendous difficulty. Even so, there weren't as many Tuatha here, and we used magic to keep us hidden. Magic which you provided, in fact. You never did explain where you got those fascinating little artifacts.
And he was not alone. Like the weave unraveling, the Tuatha now tainted the purity of Mathon's court. These new immortals, the Tuatha Daon, were no longer the solemn Fae of the East. Their essences twisted into a ravenous host, unsettled, unnatured. From the nothing of winter came Gadflow's malice.
By Lyria, it was you who stood against Balor when Telera fell. Fortune favors me today. I am commander of the Ariad. Do you bring word of my reinforcements? We are called the eyes and ears of the Alfar, but the Ariad is more than that. We are the sword in the dark, the whisper of death. We serve Lyria and all her children. My men trained for years to be unleashed upon the Tuatha. Now, only I remain. I swear, before I too have fallen, winter will burn. When the Ariad chose me, I'd lost everything. My friends, my family, all consumed by war. We trained for years, preparing to take the battle to the Tuatha. Then our moment arrived, and in an instant, only I remained. Even if it means my last breath, I will see the Tuatha burn. The ash covering the ground ahead is all that remains of my men, all fallen in our assault on that pass. The Tuatha have built a gauntlet of spell-casting sentries who greeted our every advance with fire. Who says I am? Who says you are? This is Shadow Pass, youngling. Maybe we're all dead but don't know it yet. But I swear, whether I am dead or not, my spear will taste the blood of those arrogant bastards high on the rock. I will make them pay the butcher's bill for what they've done. It's just, these Tuatha wage war like none I've known. Magical fires burning my men to a cinder with a word. But if you're brave enough to challenge them, we may have a chance. They're using the terrain against us, flanking the paths from above with sorcerers. If you can neutralize these sentries, I will charge the approach myself. Together, we might be able to break their lines. Until later, then.
Got myself a little tied up here. And is it a trick of the eye, or are these crystals growing? Just got myself tied up in some trouble with the locals. Nothing I can't handle. Honestly, I haven't had this much fun in decades. You should have seen Alabastra at its prime. Serene and beautiful as a sky full of stars. Bale was the seat of the Winter Court. Every bit as cold as Esha is warm. But they're both beautiful in their own ways. Keep going. I'll meet you at Vengeance.
The skulls atop high fulgen shine, and coldly gleam in a precise line. For us who chew on hollowed bones, while alive we wail vapid moans. It's delight for us to feed, to feast, we the winter of the East. We the corpses in putrid bloom, we of decay and twilight gloom, will never halt our hungered wait, till spilled blood is on our plate. So come into our lands at night, and see an endless wintry sight.
Gadflow's corruption has reduced my homeland to this barren waste, and it's only getting worse. You've still got plenty of this blasted wasteland to go. You're lucky you don't remember how beautiful they used to be. before Gadflow. And keep your wits about you. These Prismia crystals are alive, and inside them, I feel something horrible and hungry. We've seen Ventrinio leave the island before, but until recently, he always had company. Usually they were henchmen. Sometimes they were corpses. And once, not too long ago, it was you. Bale, the icy heart of my people, with bridges of woven stone and ice. It sickens me to think of what Gadflow's people have done to it. Watch out for Twilight Pass. Whatever's happening.
The anger festers in the heart, and perfectly you play the part of hero to the summer's west, bringing Tuatha to their rest. Why do you try so hard in vain? Why bring the others senseless pain? Don't you see, mortal, don't you see the body impaled on the tree? Will you not witness their loss and feed upon the awful dross? Or walk again past corpses new, without care for the rotting few? and he named it Prismeer. It grows far beneath the Amethyst. It pierces the world, and the blood that flows from these wounds feeds Gadflow's hungry mind. These crystals, this Prismeer, whispered to him promises of power, of godhood. It corrupted his nature. The seeds of a blizzard sprouted in the form of a beautiful crystal. It was a gift from her, ere we knew our doom was at hand.
I am surprised to see a mortal so far south, especially after what your kind has done. Before, there was balance. The great cycle cradled us all. Now there is only death and despair. Bareth was right about you. Your mortality is contagious. It was one of the 3 summer houses tending to Fey memorials to prepare them for their renewal on this land. I don't know what has become of it now. I am from the clan of Ashmore. After our home was destroyed, I went looking for survivors. These few remaining Fey I found in hiding, but I cannot guide them out of danger without aid. Hoping to assuage your mortal guilt? Of this I care not. But you have come at a fortuitous time. The Alfar armies bar any crossing their lines, stranding us here to die. But there is another route. The caverns lead north, taking us right under the Alfar without them even knowing. But the way is very dangerous. Our people will not wait much longer, and some have already gone on their own. I must help these remaining to escape, even if I die to make it so. The caverns of Twilight Pass were long ago seized by the Mergen. Their queens block the passages, spawning more of the beasts to hunt us down if we venture too close. It is a blessing that we've evaded them this long. You are, by my reckoning, a step closer to absolution. No sins are entirely unforgivable, not even those of mortals. Come, the tunnel is not long, but my people are weak and unfit for combat, and the Mergen are clever. Let's go. On behalf of the Ashmore survivors, I thank you, Martel. Now go. Others need you still. See you again.
O gloried stranger in our land, bringing death with the fate's own hand, filling the graves with corpses new, that feed the vultures, mortals too. Yes, they'll eat the flesh of the dead, and tear the limbs off, and the head. They only need the slightest lie to give them reason as to why their minds should be free from all guilt. And that is how your morals wilt. Continue, stranger, in our home, where demons tread and evils roam. For you are now a part of woe, blight, dusk, ruin, and living foe.
You must hurry. There is much to do. Gask and his forces are preparing to march. They know about the caves and will not cease until every last one of us has been slain. And there are the survivors of Eventide to consider. I have not heard a whisper from across the pass. And Esha, She plots a fool's errand. We must stop her. Much to do. She was once of the House of Vengeance, and has always served as the guardian of Ashmore. But she is only one warrior against Gask's legions. Esha fears an attack, and wishes to lead survivors to safety through the caverns. Perhaps you can talk her out of it. She readies her people below. An agent of Gadflow, and head witch knight of Cadsamir, one whose acts define him. Little is known of him, but this is not important. His actions here are a grim enough tale. Last I heard, he was working to understand the beasts known as Murgan, but I've not seen him in so long and could not tell you what became of him. They did not sense the changing of the tide as I did. They had no warning. The first of Gask's soldiers occupied the pass, severing Ashmore from Eventide, ending all communication between us. We of Ashmore retreated into these caverns and know not of what fate befell Eventide since. There are many good folk there, Bareth, Nell, and even Ordo. Forgive me. Ever since the Tuatha came, omens of our destruction besiege me. My every notion is of escape and salvation. When he refused to worship Gadflow's god of smoke and ash, he thought first to kill us, but then chose a far grimmer fate. He made us his example. He sent Gask. First, Gask's priests destroyed the clans. Then he burned the bodies of the fallen and breathed in their essence, mocking the dead and the great cycle itself. One day, that is all Gask needed to unravel many seasons of the telling, to make the earth shudder and the sky weep. Now he sits above us, watching. Ashmore and Eventide stand astride the pass, the corridor leading from Bale to the wider world. When we refused to stand aside for him, he ripped his way through. Wonderful! Your attack will give us time to organize an escape. Do not underestimate Gask. He is among Gadflow's best for a reason. His camp of Cadsamir is to the north, but you must defeat his witch knights along with the Fae himself. I have faith in you. Be careful.
The House of Vengeance enacted the whims of our mad king. The divided court became Gadflow's Tuatha by force or by rebirth. The Winter Fae dwindled before this wave of frenzied strife, and before long, they were soldiers in an immortal army, or they were outcast. The greatest of vengeance, Malwyn, Claran, Vescain among them, became his witch knights. War had come again to the Fae, but instead of by Lord Own, it was Gadflow the king without a winter. you were here, then you were sold to the putrid lands of the old. Your lost body will burn, to crumbled ash will your bones turn. There is no hope left for your life. Wielding hammer, sword, or knife will not save you. You are the waste of a contempt's malicious taste. And what awaits your untuned mind is what you hope you'll never find. The vilest, darkest, blackest thing, the conscience of a reigning king.
was keeping an eye on you from a safe distance, to see if you would keep your promise. I am amazed. I dared not speak of it, but there are prophecies of a mortal who would herald our kind's passing, while the defeat of Gask will count as a victory against the madness of Gadflow. I wonder if it is a harbinger of darker nights ahead. Prophecies aside, you have done as I asked, and we, the clan of Ashmore, recognize you. Farewell.